Smooth voting process in Balakong and Sri Satya. DPM confirms parliamentary seat being vacated for Anwar. You're watching the evening edition of News On 2. I'm Adrian Sept. Now, the Election Commission has announced that the voter turnout as of 3 p.m. for the Balakong by-election was registered at 35%. Pakatan Harapan's Wong Siu Ki arrived at Batu Sebelas Ceras Chinese Independent School at 9:40 a.m. to check out the voting process, while MCA candidate Tan Chi Tiong arrived earlier to cast his vote, accompanied by his wife, daughters and parents.
Saya hanya tengok dua peti saja. Jadi saya masih nak menyeru semua orang supaya datang untuk mengundi. Sebab sekarang masih okey dia punya weather. Saya takut nanti sebab sekarang 2-3 hari ni biasa tengah hari dia tak ready. So kalau boleh cuaca baik datang nak undi.
Di saluran lah. Saya punya ini ialah saya punya isteri lah. Dia saluran 7. Dan bapa saya nanti saya pun akan bersama dia di saluran 2.
Ini ada belakang 2.
Lepas tu saya punya mak saluran 3. Kali ini saya rasa ada satu dia di Batu 11 ini tinggi so tambah 2 saluran.
There were 15 other polling centres which were open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. today to enable the 62,188 voters in the state seat to exercise their rights. Meanwhile, voter turnout for the Sri Satya by-election was at 38% as at 3 p.m. Pakatan Harapan or PH candidate Halimi Abu Bakar cast his vote at Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Lindungan, Jalan PJS 10/11, while PAS candidate Dr. Halimah Ali did not vote in Sri Satya because she was a registered voter in Selat Kelang. The former Petaling Jaya City Council member, a local boy of Kampung Lindungan, arrived at the school at 8:40 a.m. accompanied by his wife, Suhati Bakri, mother Khadijah Mat Yusof, and younger brother Salimi. His mother and brother voted at the same polling centre, while his wife voted at the Taman Dato Hormat Multipurpose Hall, PJS 10/34.
Pagi ini saya selesai membuang undi di Sekolah Kebangsaan Kampung Lindungan PJS 10. Alhamdulillah saya bersama dengan ibu saya membuang undi di sini.
The polling centre at SK Kampung Lindungan and Taman Dato Hormat Multipurpose Centres opened since 8 a.m. today to enable 50,692 registered voters to cast their ballot. Now, earlier, there was a minor incident at the Ceras Perdana polling station when it was reported that several media personnel were not allowed to enter the school compound by several Election Commission or EC officers. To clear the air, EC Secretary Datuk Muhammad Ilyas Abu Bakar has come forward to apologise and explain that it was only a slight confusion and miscommunication between both sides.
First of all, kita mohon maaf lah atas perkara yang berlaku pada pagi tadi di pusat ini. Sebenarnya kita sangat jelas tentang arahan kita bahawa media dibenarkan masuk ke pusat-pusat mengundi. Cuma mereka tidak dibenarkan masuk di saluran.
On another note, Dato' Muhammad Ilyas said after conducting several changes with the EC, he noticed a positive development during this by-election as the voting process was conducted more efficiently. Amongst the changes made was the introduction of 2 special polling streams for those aged 60 and above. A federal lawmaker will vacate a seat to pave the way for Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim to return to Parliament. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Aziza Wan Ismail, who confirmed the matter, said discussions are underway over the matter, but she could not make any announcement on it yet.
Ada wakil rakyat kita yang telah menawarkan mengosongkan tempatnya untuk membolehkan Sri Anwar bertanding, insya-Allah.
Tapi kalau kita boleh dapat tahu kawasan
belum lagi. Belum lagi.
Yesterday at PKR's Reformasi 20 Tahun event at Kota Baru, Vice President Rafizi Ramli said a PKR parliamentary seat will be vacated next week for Datuk Sri Anwar's re-entry into Parliament. Commenting on the recent public caning inflicted on the two women for having same-sex relations, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Aziza said the punishment was meted out based on takzir, which is according to the judge's discretion. She added that the Quran and Hadith did not stipulate caning for the purpose of teaching the perpetrators a lesson, and hence the public should not confuse mandatory hudud punishments with that, which is takzir.
We were given a report about the caning by the Minister from Agama. And then it is takzir. It is not hudud. There's one thing. It is takzir. It's not hudud. Dua budi bicara hakim yang telah menjatuhkan hukuman itu, ya. Dan within the whatever is there, that, and then if you want to look at the amending it, because you have to go through the procedures.
When asked to comment on the amendments to the Sharia Court's Criminal Jurisdiction Act 1965, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Aziza said the government will study the matter in further detail moving forward. Commenting on Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamed's dissatisfaction with Pakatan Harapan's minister's performance yesterday, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Aziza appealed to the public to give the new administration more time to improve their performance. She said that the transition has not been easy given the issues surrounding the previous administration, but that does not mean that the current cabinet ministers are not doing their best to move forward.
This is a reminder that we all have to do better. We are all new, then with a little bit experience, and then also getting to change the government of 61 years. It's not easy, and there's sometimes you can't help but face a few things that happen in the civil service. So then we have to rectify that and move forward.
Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Aziza was speaking after the launch of the National Welfare Foundation's Palestinian People's Fund in Putrajaya today, in response to the United States' announcement to discontinue funding the United Nations Relief and Works Agency. Those who wish to contribute to the fund can do so via the details displayed on the screen. She also disagreed with the criticisms that the foundation was not doing enough to help needy Malaysians, saying that their priority has always been towards national interest. Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik will meet up with a group of students protesting against his appointment as International Islamic University Malaysia, or IIUM, president at his office on Wednesday. Dr. Mazli said he gave his assurance to meet up with the students as soon as possible to listen to their concerns. In a statement via his Facebook and Twitter accounts today, Dr. Mazli said he would not meet the group's demands to meet up right away and to fulfill their demands for him to resign as IIUM president, as he is currently in Sarawak for a working visit. The Education Minister also said that initially he was informed that all involved were students, but detailed information showed there were also activists from several non-governmental organizations. He said while protesting at the ministry's Block E8 area, the ministry's officials were instructed to ensure the welfare of the group was taken care of, including holding discussions with the police in Putrajaya to release two of those detained for questioning, and both were released on bail earlier today. The waters around Kuala Muda in Kedah will experience the high tide phenomenon from September the 9th until September the 13th, and later the same month from the 23rd to the 28th. Now, according to Kedah Civil Defence Force, or APM Disaster Management Committee Coordinator Captain Saifuddin Abdullah, preparations are underway to deal with any untoward incidents that may arise from the rising tide. Captain Saifuddin said amongst the preparations include asset and staff deployment to evacuate coastal residents to temporary relief centres. The APM has prepared tents to accommodate over 1,000 people at these shelters. Furthermore, he said APM teams have also been deployed to the coastal areas to conduct midnight patrols for early disaster management. For the record, the high tide phenomenon had occurred previously in October of 2016. The aftermath of the phenomenon saw severe coastal erosion, as well as the destruction of crops and the homes of coastal residents. Coming up next, Johor government to focus on developing northern region. That story up next. You're watching News on 2. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. The Johor State Government will focus on the development of the Johor Northern region, which has the potential to be an agro-tourism, farming and stock breeding area and generating jobs for the residents. Commenting further, Johor Consumerism, Human Resource and State Utility Committee Chairman Dr. S. Ramakrishnan said these focuses included training youths to become entrepreneurs so that development efforts could be realized. Dr. Ramakrishnan said the state government would also apply the latest modern technology to attract the interest of more youths to venture in these three fields.
ILP untuk pemuda jadi usahawan, okay, that can. But you train them as a worker, pertanian tak boleh. ILP pertanian tak boleh jadi, tak minat. Jadi we have to adopt a different concept lah, different approach lah, kan, for pertanian.
He said this to reporters after opening the Iskandar Malaysia Employment Fair at the Prasada International Convention Centre in Johor Bahru, Johor. Dr. Ramakrishnan further noted that if this approach was not being taken, the northern region would continue to lag behind and more youths would migrate to Johor's east coast and southern region, which is an unhealthy and unfavourable trend. Since it was established in 2006, the Debt Management and Counselling Agency, or AKPK, has successfully managed to assist over 17,000 people to fully settle their debts. AKPK Maju Junction Mall Branch Head of Operations Mansoor Ali said AKPK's vision is to create a society that is financially savvy through financial counselling and debt management programs. According to Mansoor, AKPK's debt management program was created with the aim of assisting financially distressed consumers in regaining their financial control.
790,000 lebih telah pun hadir ke AKPK untuk program counselling kredit, manakala lebih kurang 230,000 telah pun menyertai program kesan kredit, dan daripada jumlah tersebut sebenarnya seramai 17,000 orang telah pun berjaya menyelesaikan hutang masing-masing dan sekarang telah hidup dengan selesa bebas daripada hutang.
Speaking recently to RTM, Mansoor said individuals would be able to approach AKPK for any of their services which are provided free of charge. The government plans to introduce a Cultural Diversity Day as part of efforts to assimilate and unite all the cultures in the country. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Senator P. Wethamurthy, said the day may most probably be held in March of next year. According to Wethamurthy, although it is still at the planning stage, the event is important as it would be able to help each culture to understand one another.
We must do something different. Sebab saya rasa kita boleh buat banyak lagi benda, banyak lagi majlis acara yang boleh mengeratkan lagi hubungan antara rakyat berbilang kaum dan agama di negara kita. Mereka akan lebih mengetahui, oh dalam negara kita semua ni ada, jadi akan mengeratkan lagi hubungan.
He said this after officiating the state-level Carnival Eksplorasi Perpaduan Merdeka 2018 at Pantai Seri Tujuk near Tumpat in Kelantan today. Selangor Police have introduced the Selangor Police Info Line in efforts to establish a strategic partnership between the police and the public community. Now, the public can now lodge a report on various criminal activities they come across through SMS or WhatsApp with the hotline 012 600 9999. Elaborating further, Selangor Police Chief Datuk Mazlan Mansoor said the hotline would also enable the public to check on their report status and its development.
So apa sahaja maklumat yang bernas dan logik dan juga apa-apa pertanyaan tentang siasatan polis bolehlah di teks ataupun di WhatsApp di nombor ini. So perlu saya ingatkan bahawa kita tidak akan melayan panggilan. Oleh kerana apabila kita wawarkan ni, saya percaya ramai akan memanggil dan ini akan membuat line itu congested. So kita akan cuma melayan daripada SMS dan juga WhatsApp.
Datuk Mazlan also noted that the hotline would also increase the effectiveness and upgrade the services provided by the police. The Selangor Police Chief further said that the new initiative can increase the public's efforts of becoming the eyes and ears of the police force. Still ahead, Jack Ma to step down from Alibaba on Monday. That story up next. You're watching News on 2. Now, top story. Smooth voting process in Balakong and Sri Setia amidst low voter turnout. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more news updates. Until then, I'm Adrian Seep. Thanks for watching.